Perfect. Okay, well, we are rolling now.
Okay, so just say a message to Stasha.
Yeah, and then I'll keep asking questions.
Okay. Stasha, we're here. 2 years of hard work, 9 years of partnership together. I cannot wait to see you in a little over an hour and finally see that beautiful dress. Can't wait to see our vision come to fruition. It's been an amazing experience. I'm so grateful to be here with you. It means the world to me, and it's going to be amazing. So.
And why don't you share the story of you guys first meeting from your perspective?
That's a funny story. We met through a mutual friend when we were in college. I was actually dating a girl, and she brought me up to Stasha's dorm room floor, and I met Stasha while we were just hanging out in a dorm, and my girlfriend at the time had told me that this girl was really into fantasy, and one of her favorite movies was Braveheart, and into history, and all of this stuff, and so I was very excited to meet her, and I met her, and I told her, well, I've heard all these things about you. You sound like an amazing person. You sound like the kind of girl I would marry one day. And then 11 years later, here we are, getting married. We became very close friends throughout the next year and a half. And then I realized that she was the person that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with when I was 20 years old. And it took a few years to get us here through some various chapters, but here we are.
And I'm sure there's 1,000 things. What are just a few of your favorite things about her?
A few of my favorite things about Stasha. I adore Stasha's boldness of spirit. She is 1,000% authentic in everything she does. She doesn't put on airs for anything, and her creativity is boundless, and her care toward the environment and her fellow neighbors is admirable. Like she made me stop in the middle of the road to save a box turtle on the drive down here. Her compassion and care and authenticity really sets her apart from a lot of people. There's real substance to her soul, and that can't go unrecognized in a world that we live in today.
And how are you feeling right now? Like more on the nervous side, more excited?
More excited than anything. I feel very excited. It's been a long time coming. We're surrounded by people who love us and whom we love. And I know that they're going to take care of us, and we're going to do our best to take care of them. And I couldn't be more confident and thrilled to be taking it.
I'll be right back.
Oh no!
You're fine. You're fine. Am I in the way? Nope, not. You can just pass on through. We'll pick up where we left off.
Bye, Bridger. Bye, Seamus. Bye, Dottie.
I'll be right back.
Bye.
How old is it?
4 months. Bye, Bridger. Bye, buddy. Bye, Bridger. It's my godson.
Our little girl just turned 1 while we were in Italy.
Oh, wow. That's
Little
amazing.
birthday party for her.
That's amazing.
So, make sure we're focused again. Okay, so you're just talking about like how are you feeling?
Excited, and I feel excited. I feel confident. We've had an insane couple of weeks. We've traveled to the other side of the world and back. We've been to multiple weddings. And so all of that's the hard part. The easy part for me is saying that I'll spend the rest of my life with Stasha, because that's a no-brainer. That's the easy part. I feel confident and excited and thrilled and grateful to be here.
And then what's a lesson you feel like you've learned through your friendship with her? Like something that she's taught you?
That's a great question. And there are many things that I've learned from Stasha over the years. The best instance, though, that's a really great question. That's a hard one.
Yeah, you can take a minute.
Yeah, that's a really hard one. What have I learned from Stasha more than anything? I think my time with Stasha has taught me how to think outside of myself. It's taught me how to actively pursue and practice empathy, and how to prioritize causes that are larger than myself. I was a young man when we met, and as all young men do, I had selfish tendencies. In 9 years of time partnering with Stasha has taught me to go beyond those selfish tendencies. And that in turn has taught me what's truly valuable in life. Serving my own pleasure and my own needs isn't the true path to fulfillment. The path to fulfillment is spending quality time with the people that we love, and there's no one I love more than Stasha.
And then what are you most excited about for marriage in the short term, like just upcoming weeks?
I'm looking forward to a nice, quiet, relaxed holiday season where we get to work on decorating our house and spending time with our cats and baking food for the holidays and just existing as a couple together.
Sorry. No, you're good. It's cold out there. Need to get in.
I need to squeeze them. I need to grab some keys real quick, and then I'm done.
And then last thing though is just what are you most excited about for marriage in the long term? Like
In the long term, life is lonely, and I'm thrilled that I have someone to face that with. I'm thrilled that I have a partner that I can lean on every day on my ups and downs, when I'm at my best, when I'm at my worst, when she's at her best, when she's at her worst. We practice a balancing act every day, and the fact that I get to look forward to having that for decades to come is pretty amazing.
And then last thing, you can just send her one final sweet little nothing.
Sweet little nothing. Come here, Dad.
Yep. Hop on in.
Go ahead. Oh, are you
Take
in?
it away.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we were going to be.
I thought I was just ushering you through.
Speech.
That's later. Sweet little nothing for Stasha.
Yeah.
Can't wait to have coffee with you tomorrow morning. And every morning after that.
And all right, go for it.
Okay, well, here we are in Eureka Springs. We got through the ceremony and now at the reception, and I love to dance, so I've been dancing a lot, but trying to look at things. It's been 2 years, Scott, of planning this, and it's come together beautifully. And I'm so excited I got to plan it with you, and you were so present and part of the experience. Because I have this vision of things sometimes, and it can make me a little stubborn on certain things. So I'm very appreciative of you and all your time you give me, your patience, which I know doesn't come easily to you, but I really appreciate it for myself, and your passion to make this all come together as well. We've been together for a long time, nearly a decade, and I can't wait to spend more time with you. And this was a great second wedding to really kick it off to the next adventure that we're going to be on. So, and people are also very excited apparently about it. So, yeah.
And why don't you share the story of you guys first meeting?
oh gosh, I don't know if he also shared this, but it's a little, so actually, our usher, Clarissa, and him, Scott, my now husband, this for the second time, were dating at the time we met. And we met our friends Amber and Stephanie, who are both bridesmaids, had a get-together on our floor at Creighton, which was an all-girls floor. And we deemed ourselves D5 penthouse because it was the top floor of the residence hall we lived in. We're so cool. But we're having a really low-key friend gathering. I won't even call it a party because it's not really that. We were it was a movie night basically. And Scott came in with Clarissa and we started talking. And Clarissa wasn't with him when we started talking. She was talking to somebody else. But we sat down and him, me, and Amber were talking. And I said, oh, hi, I'm Stasha. Gave that typical lowdown of what my major is, where I'm from, and everything. And then he immediately said, oh, you're Stasha. You seem like the type of girl I'd want to marry. And I was like, well, your girlfriend's right there. So, and Amber and I went and talked afterwards in the hallway, and we're like, that seemed kind of awkward. And I was like, yeah, but what can you do? Him and Clarissa broke up half a year later, I want to say. And it was very amicable. And then we had stayed friends and were in Latin class together. I know Latin, dead language, why study that? It's because I originally thought I was going to be a doctor, but it didn't happen. And I thought that would make it easy for looking up words, understanding words for my MCATs in the future or whatever. But anyways, we were in Latin class together and really got to bond and become friends. And about a year after him and Clarissa broke up, he and I had leached his Netflix password and was watching American Horror Story during Christmas time, very fitting. And he also started watching it, and we were texting back and forth. And then he and Clarissa, who are from the same friend group in high school, ended up meeting up at a Christmas party, and she said to him, if you're into Stasha, you should go for it. And then we kind of ended up going out. Sorry, that was very long.
No.
But basically, yeah, there is a lot of time, and he was very patient with me because actually he was my first real boyfriend because I was never really into the dating scheme. That sounds mean. But I was I don't know, I wanted to put my education and then what I wanted to do for a career first. And not that I wasn't interested in romance, but I was very, very much needed to be convinced. So, and he, again, was very patient with me figuring out what I wanted to do. And yeah, basically romanced me by bringing me flowers and taking me on dates and taking me to meet his family before I even became his girlfriend. And yeah, he was very patient, which is amazing.
And I'm sure there's 1,000 things. What are just a few of your favorite things about him?
The first thing that comes to mind, and Ryan also said this in his speech that was amazing, is he has an amazing passion and an amazing intensity. That intensity sometimes I feel sounds derogative, but it's very positive. He's very committed to getting to know somebody, connect with them on a deeper level, and I think that's what ultimately won me over because he was really very much committed to learning more about me, learning more about my history, while also sharing parts of him. So and all of his hobbies and things he's interested in, he gives 150%. He's just super involved and gets very impassioned about the things he loves and cares about. So that's my favorite thing about him, is that intensity and passion.
And then, how do you feeling today, just overall?
They're gonna love your gerbil. I don't know. I don't, like, it feels like a whirlwind. I had looked, at the itinerary and schedule before today, and I was like, oh, there's plenty of time for all these things, and it's not going to feel rushed at all. And yet, I felt the rush, like, constantly. It was not a bad rush. It was definitely good. It was like, okay, we're doing this fun thing and this fun thing and now this fun thing, and we're just going to take it as it comes. But I didn't feel nervous at all. I was very excited for everything to happen. I might have been a little stressed about certain things, but not nervous. I was very thrilled to share this all with all my family and friends that were able to make it, and share it with him because we've, spent a lot of time trying to pull it together and make it representative of us and our relationship. And so yeah, I'm feeling good. Great.
And what are you most excited about for marriage, like short term, just like upcoming?
Short term, I'm excited for rest. Because I know both of us, this October has been really crazy. And so I'm very excited to just take long naps and rests and hang out with our cats, watch some movies, have a great Thanksgiving. I'm going to change my name on social media officially. Oh, sorry, I totally hit the mic. But yeah, I'm very excited for us to have like a restful time together to we bond a lot, but it's going to be a good bonding experience, and it's a deep breath of, we've made it. We're here.
What are you most excited about for marriage in the long term, 10+ years?
All the adventure and travel we're going to do. We have so many plans to see really cool things and do really cool things together. And I hear how long people have been married, like my great aunt and uncle who are downstairs are Scott's grandparents, and I'm excited for those years to gain, and we might not make it to 75 years or whatever because we're getting married a little later, and that's okay, but I'm excited to look back on that time and see how far we've come, and I think every year is going to just be great. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to all of it, I think. And any obstacle that comes our way that might be hard, and getting through it, talking through it, the good and the bad, whatever it is.
Then what's a lesson you feel like you learned in your friendship with him? Like something that he's taught you?
Okay. I was not a very emotional person until I met Scott. And he has helped me a lot to be able to share how I'm feeling and understand that it's okay to share those things, that I don't need to keep, sorry, I'm starting to tear up a little bit, but that it's okay for me to share those things with other people and let them know how I'm feeling. He's really helped me with that because I bottle things up a lot, so I'm really thankful to him for allowing me to open up and share my life experiences with him.
Why don't you just finish by singing a sweet little nothing?
A sweet little nothing?
Just
What's that?
Hey babe, I love you, let's do this, whatever.
Okay. Hey Scott, ready for the next adventure? You're my best friend. You're my favorite. I can't wait for the rest of what we have in the future.
Perfect. Scott and Stasha, what could I possibly say to you two that I haven't said over the past 10 years? 10 years? I knew this day would come. I told you guys this was going to happen. And, I'm both of your biggest fans. I love you two immensely. You're a huge part of my life, and I'm just so honored and grateful to be celebrating with you guys today. So keep taking my advice, and I love you both very much.
Beautiful. Cool. Whenever you're good,
All right.
send them a little something.
Okay.
One.
All right. Scott and Stasha, I love you deeply. This is just such a beautiful day. It's really just entirely fitting to the two of you. And, I already know it's going to be amazing.
Hi Scott. Hi, Scott. Hi, Scott. Okay. So, hi, Scott and Stasha. Congratulations on getting married. Good job. Good job. Good work. Go team. Yeah, that's all I got. Oh.
Scott and Stasha, I'm so happy to have been a part of your journey, a little bit of it. So happy to see you guys from, I would like to say day one. So happy to be a part of this day. I love both of you so much. I have probably cried more at your wedding than other weddings, not because it wasn't beautiful, but because it was the most beautiful wedding I've been to so far. I wish you guys so much happiness, and I'm excited to see the rest of your lives unfold, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. Love you guys.
Scott, Stasha, I love you both so much. I can't see anything with these glasses, but I'm still gonna wear them. I want one thing to be clear. It's that during the ceremony, the sex thing was me. That was me. I didn't say it during the ceremony, but it was not Eric, and I want that to go on video record that it was me. And I love you a lot.
I'm gonna Wow, Scott, Stasha, we're finally here. You made it. I just want to say congratulations. Live life every day. Keep that pack full of energy mentality that you both embody. Love each other. Have a beautiful marriage.
God bless.
All right, Scott and Stasha, I hope you enjoyed the literature I gave you today. I hope it teaches you guys a lot. I hope you keep those pamphlets and reference them. And just great job. Love you to bits. I want to kiss you on the lips.
Scott, Stasha, love you both. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your special day. My earliest memory of your relationship is when Zach Franco and I had to heckle Scott into buying Stasha flowers on Valentine's Day, and hindsight being what it is. Scott, I'm pointing at you on the balcony as you talk to my wife, Zach's wife, and now we're here celebrating yours. So I'm glad it worked out for the three of us. I love you both.
And is it to both couples? Is it to Scott?
If you know both of them, you can talk to
Yeah,
them. But if you mostly just know him, you can talk to him. So we're rolling. Whenever you're good, you can go for it.
All right. Scott Pruitt, I will always remember the first time that we were at church and going to confirmation, and the first thing we decided to talk about was Stargate. I forget who was more excited to find out the other one liked it. You are single-handedly the most passionate, energetic, friendly guy. You're also a big fucking nerd, which I love. But if I have one advice for you guys is be vulnerable with each other. It's a gift to yourself and to the other. We all love you. They all love each other. You're a great man.
I mean, like,
Yeah, like I can cut parts.
you'll
like
cut
if, you
if
stumble
there's
into your words,
okay.
You just restart.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
ready to roll.
All right. Hey, Stasha and Scott. Thanks so much for letting me be such a special part. Nope. Hey, Stasha and Scott. Thanks so much for letting me be such a special part of your big day. This has been such an amazing experience, getting to know you guys, getting to be a part of your lives for the past 5 or so years, and getting to love both of you. Congratulations.
That's great.
Amazing.
To see you guys. You know, it's been great to be here. I wasn't honestly really expecting to be a ring bearer, but I am so, so honored to do that. And yeah, you guys are, Stasha, you were beautiful. I cried a lot. And Scott, you're also beautiful. I didn't cry because of you, but because of you two. Anyway, so yay.
All right.
Scott and Stasha, I'm so excited for you guys. I'm excited that we've been a little part of your story, and I can't wait to continue celebrating all of our milestones and life together. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. Love you.
I'm the father's right, or Bob. If you don't know, that's not Ford operating base like I heard that dancing. I'd like to introduce my lovely wife Patricia, sitting there, playing with her phone as usual. At this time, I'd like to thank several individuals. My wife Patricia for raising such a wonderful, incredible young lady, her daughter Stasha. My wife and I would also like to take this opportunity to thank everyone that was able to come to this wonderful event. I know there's a lot of people that traveled a long distance to get here. It's really special to have you here. I think Jeanette mentioned that we can get to do this more often because sometimes we only get together at weddings and funerals. Weddings are much fun. I'd also like to thank our relatives on both sides, Scott's parents, Troy and Susan. Thank you. It's been a great day, a great time that you took off to celebrate this special day with Stasha and Scott. And thanks to Alan, the Methodist pastor that presided. Thank you, Alan. I would also like to recognize the loved ones who couldn't be here. This includes Jackson, Desiree's husband, who's deployed overseas, defending our country and our way of life. Scott, I'd also officially welcome you to our family. I know that you're part of our extended family, and I want to extend that welcome to your parents and family as well. We really got to know your parents on our rafting trip this last year in Idaho. You really get to know people in the outdoors when they must sleep in tents and not use makeup and use something called a golden groover. Which is, I'll tell you what, it's got the most magnificent views for a toilet. Seeing our daughter so in love with such a great guy warms our hearts. You both seem to be made for each other. Sharing adventures, your adventuresome spirit, and a love of exploring. We were able to spend some time together with you, with Scott, at Arches National Park before we went to, before he proposed to Stasha at the Grand Canyon. This couple also, not too long ago, spent some time in Abu Dhabi, so they were in a whirlwind small vacation there as well. Last week. We've had the privilege of witnessing your love story unfold, and it's a testament to the power of support, understanding, and shared passions. Scott has shown an unwavering support for our daughter, Stasha, and his willingness to stand up for her is a testament to their commitment together. Raising kids is not easy, as our daughter Desiree can attest with this little pumpkin here. Right? You can watch them grow and hope they make the right choices in life. I'm sure we've done things differently. We could have done things differently as parents. We weren't perfect. We made a lot of mistakes. There's not one thing that I would change about Stasha. While Stasha will always be my child, it is great to see her grow up to be an incredible and caring woman. It was quite the surprise to see her in my hospital room. Just a few days. After I had my heart attack back in August. I wasn't sure if I was going to be here. She was a great help back then, and she's been a great help to my mother and her mother and me getting through that crisis. and I'm truly blessed to have great kids. I'd like to go through some defining moments in Stasha's life. First, her birth. I remember Desiree was there to announce if the baby was going to be a boy or a girl. She correctly proclaimed it was a boy. But the nurse said, check again. She must have seen something else dangling between them. Stasha captured my heart then, and she still holds it now. My beautiful girl, my beautiful Stasha. From an early age, we could tell she was very talented. She was one of the lead aliens in the kindergarten edition of the Muppets in space. She stole the show, taking up every inch of the stage singing Celebration. Her elementary school teachers were very impressed at how she could make creative, well thought out, and artistic projects. My wife and I still have some of her things hanging on our walls. I think it will serve her well in her careers in architect. Some of us really rely on our decorating skills during the holidays and other big events. Stasha is an incredible and caring person. She's very thoughtful and buys well thought out gifts for others. She organized a wedding in Tucson earlier this year in direct support of my mother, who could not travel to be at this event. Thank you, Stasha and Scott, for taking time to do that and have such loving and caring hearts for my grandmother, or your grandmother and my mother. Also, thank you both for honoring others with a remembrance table at the very front for our relatives and family who have passed. It's really helpful. We're also impressed with Stasha's organizational skills. She plans every minute detail. She's also blessed with poise and elegance. I believe all those years of ballet that I paid for really paid off. Stasha and Scott, a successful marriage is not about finding a person you can live with, but finding a person that you can't live without. And I know you've found that in each other. I don't know what your future holds for you, and I know that 20 years from now, many things will have happened that we can't predict. But whatever happens, and wherever you go, your mom and I know you'll always have each other's love, and you'll always have ours. So, advice to Scott. A wise man said, to keep your marriage brimming with blood in the loving cup, whenever you're wrong, admit it. Whenever you're right, shut up. So please raise your glasses, everyone, and join us in a toast to the newlywed couple. Salute. May your love continue to grow, your adventures continue to flourish, and your future be as bright and beautiful as the love you share. Let us all wish the happy couple a lifetime of joy and happiness. Cheers to the happy couple. Cheers.
Okay, this is going to be really short on my end. So, Susan and I cannot, oh my God, where'd this come from? So proud. Okay, so weddings are about family, right? So I got 3 toasts, and your response to each one is to family, okay? So, faith as a verb builds faith. Hope as a verb builds hope. And love as a verb builds love. The 3 build family. That you faith so that you have faith. To family. To hope that you have hope. To family. especially for the love of God. Love to have love. It's a family. That's it? It's a family.
Best man?
All right, folks. Listen up! What a beautiful day this has been. I mean, come on, that's amazing. Clap for the people involved in this thing. That's remarkable. What a vision and what a payout. It's really remarkable. So we're all sort of familiar with how this type of thing goes by now, right? Best man is supposed to tell a terribly embarrassing story that makes the groom look terrible but concedes on some level, very, very deep down, maybe that they might like each other, right? Maybe. Well, we all know Scott in the room, right? And we know that that's not what this man is about, right? This is the embodiment of emotional availability. And so, and I've been learning from that my entire life, and I continue to. So to follow the template that he set, I am just here to tell you why I love my brother. And why he has built a beautiful life with Stasha. Okay, reason number one, Scott lives with uncompromising intensity. This is the best possible quality. When we were young, I genuinely used to envy that it felt like things happened to Scott. He was always getting up to something that he felt with genuine intensity. And only later did I realize it wasn't that things were happening to Scott, it was that Scott was happening to the world. He couldn't help but experience life and meet it with his signature vigor. Number two, Scott lives with presence. There's not a person here or anywhere else that enjoys sitting around a campfire as much as Scott Pruitt. It's true. And the reason is because it demands that everybody around that campfire is as present as he is. One of my favorite memories with Scott. It's truly something that I hold dear, and I don't even know exactly why. It was maybe a decade ago. Scott and I were at a boutique coffee shop in our old hometown, Liberty, and we ordered our coffees and went outside to sit. And it was in July, and it was like 100 degrees outside. So there we were sitting at a graded table in the summer, sipping on our piping hot coffee, sweating and enjoying ourselves. It's just one of Scott's signature infectious appreciation for moments of being. Reason number three, Scott is deeply, profoundly loyal. And a testament to that is the range and vigor of the people that are here today. I mean, look around you. Every stage of his life is represented here today, and it's remarkable. No corner not accounted for. He'll carry his friendships through thick and thin, through joy and the muck, because he demands that the good times are good, that the connection is real, and that the future is prosperous. I was there for the beginning of Scott and Stasha's relationship. I visited Scott at Creighton maybe in 2013, when they weren't even yet dating. And I recall Scott's absolute carefulness with which he approached the beginning of their relationship. Every move was sensitive, every line thoughtful. It's as if he had divined some kernel of the gravity of the relationship that was to come. The most important and most meaningful relationship of all. And it truly has bloomed into something beautiful and magical, wherein they enable each other in their most magnificent qualities. They remain totally sensitive to each other's feelings. They're capable of being silly and fun, and yet always take each other's feelings seriously. This relationship has been the purest expression of Scott's finest qualities. For those and many other reasons that I can't fit into my tight 5, I know what lies in front of these two beautiful people is a textured, rich, and delightful life together. And so, here's a toast. Please raise your glasses up to my brother, my friend, his beautiful wife, with all the love I can give. Cheers. Cheers.
Now I know how the river feels when it reaches the sea and finally finds the place it was meant to be. Holding fast, home at last, knowing the journey is through, laying here with you, I know how the river feels. Good evening, I'm Desiree, Stasha's older sister and mother to the wedding pumpkin. When thinking about what to talk about for Stasha and Scott, I couldn't help but reflect on the river trip our family took last year in Salmon, Idaho. And we were lucky enough to go down that trip, not only with Scott, but also with his wonderful parents, Susan and Troy. It truly was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for all of us as a large family to be out in nature together on that isolated river. We were fortunate to have those 6 days of time together, uninterrupted by cell service and social media. The scenery as we traveled down the Salmon River was absolutely incredible, but it was also very special to witness the beautiful bond between Scott and Stasha. It's undeniable for anyone who observes the dynamic power, the power of this dynamic couple, to see that they are in every sense one another's best friends. Whether going on walks together or engaging in camp activities, I witnessed their undeniable love and support for one another in action. I've always enjoyed witnessing their love up to this point, but I particularly enjoyed watching them at the campsite, doing animated discussions, often finishing each other's sentences, listening to their entertaining stories about even the smallest adventures that they shared together and the larger ones. And also just listening to them laugh at each other's inside jokes that weren't exclusive, they were always inclusive of others. During the river trip, I watched this incredible couple work together and problem solve in order to solve and set up the perfect campsites, preparing for the next day's adventures together as well. Stasha and Scott worked as an excellent team, always making sure the other had what they needed for that day. Additionally, both were each other's largest cheerleaders, encouraging one another as they successfully navigated challenging rapids or made sure that they were each wearing enough sun protection. I felt so much joy witnessing this love that Stasha and Scott shared, and particularly witnessing it in nature with our family. One of my absolute favorite memories that stands out on this river trip was watching Scott and Stasha during one of our lunch breaks. We had pulled up the rafts up to the sandy beach with this enormous shade tree that everyone had the chance to enjoy. I remember watching the two of them walk together, covered head to toe in their sun-protected clothing. They decided to lie in the sand, side by side, and all we could hear were their giggles and hearty belly laughs together, laughs that only best friends and true soulmates share. I thought a little bit more about why this memory and why seeing them on the river trip was so special to me. The more I've reflected on this experience, the more I realize that a river is very much so like a marriage. And the person you choose to navigate down a river with is absolutely critical. Stasha and Scott. Leading up to this year, both of you traveled down two different rivers. Each embodied your own life's journey, your own trials, your own victories.
Now the confluence of both of your rivers join to create a stronger and more powerful river together. And, much like rivers have bends, rapids, eddies, and calm waters, a marriage is also a life-giving force. It's where you find your best friend. It's who you have beside you to navigate life's biggest rapids. And if you decide, it's who you will share to bring new life with into this world. Marriage is undeniably challenging, but also incredibly rewarding. And I left my glass, I think. So, to a toast. To Scott and Stasha, may you navigate both the calm and rough waters together, holding fast, and always finding home in one another. To Stasha and Scott. Cheers!
All right, I bet you didn't know there were 2 maids of honor, but there are. Look at that. Okay, I'll keep this quick. Tough act to follow, but I'll try my best. Hello, everyone. I'm Reagan. I am so excited to be here. I've been excited for this wedding ever since I heard that I was making the lateral move from cat sitter to maid of honor. Many loves to me. I'm so excited to be here to celebrate the joining of these 2 incredible people. I met Stasha in grad school, and I've known Scott almost ever since. When I first met Stasha, I immediately would have described her as one of the most thoughtful people I have ever met. Stasha's attention to detail, knowledge retention, critically, you should have her on a trivia team, and ability to share information and compassion for the world has genuinely inspired me and made me a better person. Now, before I say anything about Stasha and Scott, I would like to have Stasha come up here real fast. This is an interactive experience. We're gonna do a little, we're gonna have a moment. We're gonna have no, we just need you. Yeah, we just need you, and honestly, the dress. So we're gonna take a moment, and you're gonna stand here, and I'm gonna have you spin. You're gonna hold Desiree's hand, and while she spins, I need everyone to say ooh and then ah. Okay, ready?
Like spin out.
Like spin, just yeah. Okay, yeah. Right. So we all saw the dress, but did you know that when Stasha picked out this dress, it wasn't green? It was not even. I mean, it was like this, but it was not like this. She spent the last 9 months working with the designer to create the work of art that you see in front of you. This woman does not just experience the world. She creates the world she wants to live in and is truly an inspiration. Okay, I got more words. That's it. It's about the dress. Okay, spending time with Stasha is a window into a whimsical, beautiful, compassionate, and caring world. When she looks at the world, she doesn't see it as it is. She sees the humanity and history that made it possible, and she appreciates the world in a way that I never thought was possible. And it's been an honor to learn from and with her over the past several years. I've been so thankful to be a part of both your and Scott's lives. Sorry, I took you away from him, but that was critical. They've always inspired me and welcomed me into their lives with so much love. And we've spent almost every Halloween together since we met, and they always have very well-coordinated costumes, a true sign of a thriving relationship. And as you will notice, they're even matching now. And so with that, my wish for you is that you have a successful marriage filled with love, heart, and Halloweens together in this lifetime and all the others. Cheers.